work for them. The heavy lifting is kind of being done by the Bat Rider at this point to a certain extent, but
yeah, I would actually.
5 seconds remaining.
What would I like to see last pick? Something tanky and initiating. Like,
Centaur.
Reserve time.
Centaur could work. I think maybe even like a Sven, possibly. Maybe Centaur's a bit better. I think Sven would just get kited this game. I think Sven could be a really good choice. They just need something that can initiate, and that's tanky, I think.
That's certainly an option, because, like I said, they don't really have anything that fits that mold. Leshrac is squishy, Rubik will get blown over, Ancient Apparition will melt, and Bat Rider is just gonna... He's maybe pretty solid, but all of these heroes will die to like a Magic Missile, Pounce, Fire Blast. They're just gonna get melted. Not to mention the Puck when he gets in with his, you know, Dream Coil, with his Orb, with his Waning Rift. So, complexity game, you have to make a tough decision here. What is their next hero that they will choose? The last hero, in fact.
What if Tinker go for the Naix again? Oh,
I'm totally fine with that. I think that's good.
It could actually be a Naix again. They just pick Spectre, and Naix is like a Spectre counter. They can aggro Trilane with the Naix, Venge, and Ogre. We could actually just see another Lifestealer coming out from Team Tinker.
I guess the Edict is physical damage, but that doesn't really dissuade you from going for a Lifestealer at all in this game.
No, it doesn't. I mean, it's just so good against all the other heroes, and I mean, they could maybe not want to run an aggro Trilane into Ancient Apparition. That could be a concern, but I could definitely see them going Lifestealer. Let's
go for a Storm Spirit. I mean, that's fine also.
So it's probably an offlane Puck, I think.
It works well. I have yet to see Sing play an offlane Puck. I'm sure he's played it, but this will be the first time I watch it.
I mean, it could be a mid... The other option... Yeah, it's definitely an offlane Puck. It's definitely mid-storm because the lanes just don't work out any other way, I don't think.
Well, right now, Team Tinker, with this draft, are on the verge of taking the Series 2-0. Complexity, I'm not going to lie, I really do not like this draft that much. I think this is a bit greedy. They're a bit squishy. They're going to get run over by some of the heroes on Tinker's side.
I don't understand why they keep drafting like 4 heroes that are really strong early game, and then their last pick is this ultra hard carry, which doesn't make the laning phase any easier. Like, they're just setting themselves up to have a difficult laning phase, and then if they lose the laning phase with these heroes, they're just going to get run over. So I'm not saying it can't work, it's just going to be very difficult again.
But I feel like Moon, at least in this game, Spectre has a way to be involved in fights with her Haunt, but this is not something I expected. So complexity now, Bloody Nine's going to be playing your Ancient Apparition. Up top, it is going to be Moon on your Safe Lanes farming Spectre. We'll have Z-Freak roaming back up here as well on your Rubik. Mid lane, it's going to be Swindle playing his Leshrac, which I've seen before. This guy is pretty damn good on this hero, and he could probably win his lane. But I don't know if that's going to be enough for them. Bottom lane, it is going to be Limp playing your off-lane Bat Rider. They need to get a victory here, I think. Going down 0-2 against Tinker is not the worst thing in the world, but a win certainly would help them a lot. But, I mean, they're already in the playoffs as it is. I mean, they're not confirmed, but they're in a position right now which is playoff worthy. So a win here would go a long way to securing them that spot into the top 4. So Team Tinker are going to eye them and look to take them down as best as possible.
Yep. And if you want to go ahead and introduce one of the teams.
Tinker. Please, if you wouldn't mind doing Tinker.
Oh, me. I'm sorry. I zoned out for a second.
You really did, but it's alright.
I was actually looking at mid and I was thinking about quick quiz items. Anyways, in the top lane we're going to have Boba playing the Ogre Magi. Sing Sing on the Puck. In the mid lane we're going to have Quakefa playing the Storm Spirit. EGM on the support bench, who actually picks up a haste. And in the bottom lane we're going to have Pycat playing the Slark.
So it's the aggro duel lane coming up for Bulba and Sing Sing. We've seen this before, but mostly when the Elder is up on Bulba, not when he has any other hero. So I guess it's not the worst thing in the world. They can avoid some ganks pretty effectively with Phase Shift, although going to the Chilling Touch is kind of difficult. So it's kind of difficult for Team Tinker in this lane, but it isn't out of the realm of possibility that they can come away with the win in this lane. The mid lane matchup we've talked about before. Storm should be okay for the most part early on. In fact, he's got 6 last hits to Swindle's 3. And then bottom lane, they already have a leash up on Limp. He got pounced on, but there's no follow-up. EGM didn't throw out his Magic Missile, so
I mean, they're putting a lot of pressure onto this Spectre, so I would say that putting this aggressive dual lane is really intelligent by them. Puts a lot of pressure onto the Spectre, and this is not a hero that you want to just let free farm. And they can't really kill either of these heroes. I mean, Puck very elusive, Ogre extremely tanky, so I think they should do quite fine in this offlane.
Moon's already taken a lot of harass. He's burned through all of his tangos but one of them. He is a salve. It can get some pool tangos if he needs to, but he'd like to have those for support. So Swindle has a better time when he gets up a couple of levels here, and he already has some decent base damage. I mean, you're looking at pretty much even right click between the two of these heroes. The difference is that you could spam out your Lightning Storm just like you could spam out your Remnant, but we'll have to see how it goes here in this mid lane. This is the most interesting lane to me, I think, by far.
The mid lane? Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Storm has an advantage just because the Remnant is so good for CSing, but once Swindle gets his levels up, he's just going to constantly spam this Lightning Storm, so it's going to be a pretty even matchup, I would say. I would say Storm might be 10 CS ahead at 10 minutes or something like that, but there is going to be a point at which Storm does have kill pressure onto the Leshrac at level 6. Maybe with a rune. I don't know if he can just solo kill him. I think it just depends on how the lane goes, but Storm definitely the one with the kill pressure. It's pretty impossible for you to kill a Storm with Leshrac unless something weird happens.
Yeah, I unless he somehow hits a blind split earth that Koiva doesn't see coming, and even that, like, you don't have enough damage with Lightning Storm as it is now to get the kill. I agree with you. Also, if Koiva gets like a double damage rune when he's level 6,
yeah, I think a double damage or a haste, and
Swindle's probably dead at that point.
Dead.
Yeah,
maybe even an illusion if you can ball and then pop the illusion and get the vortex.
Yeah, that'd be nice. That'd be some extra damage going their way. Limp, by the way, is a double damage rune. He's up in the top jungle. He's just farming away. He's got Firefly going boots first, so he's rotated out of lane, and he's just going to be taking some jungle stacks here, which means that Pycat is essentially free farm. So it's not a life stealer this game, but I wouldn't say it's the next best thing. It's pretty good, though.
And actually forcing him to rotate out of the bottom lane with a dual lane is actually a really large win for Team Tinker, because now they force him into the jungle. No one is in the bottom lane for compLexity, and they only have 2 heroes on the side of Tinker there while they're harassing the top lane. So 4 heroes now in the, upper side of the map for compLexity. And it just looks like a repeat sort of last game where Team Tinker are doing a better job of getting more out of the map.
Yeah, I mean, even Moon is sitting at only 9 last hits right now, so misses one under the tower. His Spectre is going to have to work hard to catch up, I think, in this game. They've got to give him some room to free farm. So I think it comes down to compLexity pressuring across the map, but that's difficult to do when, like you said, Team Tinker are getting more out of this map. It's going to be difficult to bring down this Quake for Storm Spirit, especially if he hits level 6. Z-Freak's just going to run in and get ignited casually. He does no damage, and he takes damage in return, so he's looking for a telekinesis. He's going to find it on Sing Sing. He's just going to orb. They're going to force out the orb and jaunt away. They can't really do much about that. He's just going to do that every time. Just casual telekinesis usage.
I mean, they force him to use a bit of mana. They are getting a lot of experience from the safe lane getting off these pulls, so doing a good job in that regard, but at the same time, they're still able to pressure the Spectre. Sing Sing has, 9 last... Oh, he missed that one. 8 last hits, so doing respectably well in this offlane. And as long as they aren't feeding kills, I think this is perfectly fine.
They're going to look for telekinesis. Seafree came out of the trees just a bit too far away, and they threw down the Ice Vortex a little bit too late, so no kill, no potential kill. 4-minute rune spawns, top lane. Koifa picks up a bounty rune. Bottom lane is Illusion, which I think Swindle will grab as he has his bottle now completed. Although, here comes EGM. Split Earth, Swindle. Too late. How unfortunate. He might be able to kill EGM. Magic Missile goes through, so actually he stays alive, and there's no Bat Rider down here, so Swindle actually just has to run away.
Yeah. And this is sort of what happens when... See ya?
No, he's fine, actually.
Yeah, this is sort of what happens when you don't even have a hero in the offlane. They're actually just giving Tinker so much space. They get 0 runes because EGM, there's no pressure on him to do anything to this offlaner. He can just pull whenever he wants, get as much experience.
Yeah. Honestly, at this point, Pycat getting free farm, not a surprise. Limp sitting out a bottle, and nothing really going on here for compLexity. And I mean, even look at Spectre has to go back home. He's taking too much harass. He doesn't have a salve. He's got 16 last hits and a poor man's shield. And compLexity they're really going to hope that Swindle somehow has a big impact on this early to mid game, because otherwise this game's going to get out of hand quickly. Batrider doesn't have anything except for a bottle. Team Tinker are just winning every lane, it seems like, in every facet. I mean, they're winning top handedly. Although Sing Sing only has one more CS than that of the Spectre, they're still just going to work. So Tinker now are in a really solid position. Pycat has 38 last hits. There's going to be the ball lightning mid lane. Swindle just popped the pulse nova, so Koikfa has to back away. Swindle doesn't have any mana left, but Koikfa just ball lightnings to be kind of aggressive and scare Swindle into backing away. And he's got 30 last hits. So he is winning the lane, not by much, mind you, but enough. And Bulba is down smoked up. He's looking for a rotation mate. He's going to try to find Swindle. He's like, Swindle,
looks
I'm
like
coming
Swindle bottle crowed in the mid lane. He's smoked. This is a kill, I think, if he gets stunned or ignited.
He will rotate down towards the bottom rune spot, but then he realizes, oh, wait, they're just going to take it with Pycat. Well, I guess I have to go back to the lane. Hey, guess what Koikfa has that I talked about earlier? He's level 6. He's got a double damage rune. Goodbye, Swindle Melons. It's been nice knowing you, friend. Fire Blast comes in, the right click. They don't even need the pull. He doesn't have the mana for it. Koikfa gets first blood. Now the telekinesis back into Bulba. There's the lasso coming in. They might get a 1-for-1 trade out of this. Bulba is pretty tanky. The Fade Bolt zap goes from Z. Free kill, secure the second kill. But the first blood goes for Koikfa, and that's the more important thing.
Yeah, so, I mean, first blood not being taken until 6 minutes, he might even get another kill onto Z-Freak.
In fact, he does. I actually rotate away, and Koikfa just walks up to the high ground and gets the kill. Well, that's my bad. So, again, Team Tinker, they don't even need that many heroes. They're still dedicating Pycat bottom. They're still dedicating Sing Sing top, and Midas is done for Pycat at 6.5 minutes, or almost 7 rather. Fire Blast goes in. There's the Illusory Orb, the Waiting Rift, and I think Bloody Knight is dead. Moon comes in. He's got a Spectral Dagger, but he's alone, actually. I don't know what he's going to try to accomplish here. But,
I don't think he's killing either of these heroes.
No, I don't think so either. Body Block comes in. Fire Blast on a Moon. No level 6 for Bulba, so no multicast available, but they've got what they came for. So they're just going to back away. Bring a creep wave along with them and get some extra CS. Have a party, I suppose, underneath the tower.
And if we look at net worth, it's a little bit over 2,000 in the favor of Tinker, as well as a 1,500 experience advantage. So nothing like we saw in the last game, but Tinker's still getting more out of the map, like we said. And a fortunate double damager, netting them 2 kills. I think Swindle probably would have died even without that DD, but I think Storm would have paid the price, and he would have got lassoed. But in the end, Storm able to come out with 2 kills for himself, so he's probably going to look towards probably a magic wand and then an orchids.
That was just a solid start for Koikfa. I talked about the rune coming out, and I can't believe I missed the second kill. Regardless, he's at 1,000 gold, and yeah, I mean, Orchid seems to be the likely choice. He's probably going to buy his wand first and foremost, then get his Orchid up if he wants to. So Swindle going down. This is not nearly the start we saw him have against Alliance, which is unfortunate. That kind of was a close game for a bit, but it just feels like this game is not going to be as close. I mean, Spectre has nothing. 28 last hits is not really great when you have a Pycat farming with 51 at 7.5 minutes. That's 7.5 minutes. He's got 51 last hits. What? How? Where do you get this farm from, Pycat? The jungle, I suppose?
I think that's just lane. Well, now he's in the jungle, but I don't think any of this is from the jungle.
Did he miss a last hit? Did he miss like 1 or 2 of them, maybe? And that's it?
Well, 82 is perfect, so he's missed.
Swindle's gonna die again, mid lane splitter. Telekinesis. Oh, he might live! Lightning Storm. Swindle stays alive. Great rotation. Here comes Pycat. He wants Swindle on. Now the Shadow Dance is gonna go through. One more right click. He just uses the Dark Pact to get the kill. Z-Freak. No way to help out his comrade, so okay, they kill Koikfa. Pycat does get the kill in the end, and
a really good rotation from Z-Freak to save Swindle. And preventing Storm from getting even more out of control, because I think if he had gotten that kill, I mean, he would have just kept farming mid. He'd probably be up to about 1,000 gold right now. So
he would have had his
really
first important staff.
Kill.
Yeah. Fire Blast top lane. Moon's going to come in. Or back away, I should say. I'm surprised Sing didn't go for that kill. He was actually had no mana, so.
And he's
no
not
Dream
6, so.
And EGM gets room bottom lane to get towards his level 6, as farming in the jungle is going to be Pycat. Swindle's going to run up and throw up a Lightning Storm. Does have Pulse Nova early on. We've seen this build from Swindle. Well, he'll just... Nope, Swap's going to go in. Now the Haunt coming through as well. This could be an interesting fight. EGM's getting low, and Moon's going to pick up the kill. I like the fact that they got involved early with that Haunt. I did not expect the Haunt coming in. I didn't even hear it, in fact.
Well, the second that Moon hit level 6, he actually TP'd back to base to get mana, and then so he was prepared. And they go on Swindle Melons, easy haunt rotation. They're able to pick up the kill onto EGM, who's playing a bit too aggressively, and it looks like he's actually going to go for the Medallion of Courage again on this Vengeful Spirit.
Not on the dire side this time around, but it's still pretty good. Koifa actually ball lightning into the mid lane, looking for Moon Meander, can't find him there. EGM's walking in.
Another game where EGM actually completely ignores skilling Magic Missile and just goes for the max wave of Terror build.
He is in some trouble. There's the wave of Terror going in, so now the armor reduction's there. Magic Missile goes in, ball lightning, Bloody 9 easily killed. Now there's going to be a split earth. Lightning Storm goes. I think he destroyed it. Maybe not. Z-Freak going to get right-click down. Koifa's going to get 2. A double kill coming out from him. Now Swindle's going to try to fight. But look at the damage coming in. Koifa's right-click. And now the Fire Blast pulse over. He sticks up. Ball Lightning again. He's invulnerable during that triple kill for Koifa. He'll TP away. My God, that's not good. Just for EGM alone, not worth it. And Sing Sing continues to top farm.
Solo smoke.
Where's he going to go with this? Back mid?
That's a good question. Could be mid, could be top possibly.
Moon is sitting in the tree, still Spectre Dagger out, and probably stay alive for the most part. His haunt's up at 33 seconds. Top lane, they actually used the Dream Coil, maybe a Pounce, I believe, to get the kill.
Yeah, they used Pounce.
So no Dream, oh, it was Dream Coil, they used both.
Yeah, Dream Coil and Pounce, yep.
Alright, so kill secured. Bulba and Koifa will help get a rune, maybe. Koifa decides against it. Ball lightning into Swindle. Swindle's like, not again. Fire Blast is about to go. And Swindle's dead. Koifa with a dominating spree now at 10.5 minutes in. 6-1-1. He is also going to get a double damage rune top as well.
Yeah, and this mid Leshrac pick really not paying out for them. I really like the Storm pick into the Leshrac because they probably knew Lesh was mid, and it just works so well because it's so easy to get kills onto Leshrac where it's not as easy to get kills onto Storm. I mean, it just takes one hero rotation, bam, easy kill onto Leshrac, but does not work in the reverse way. And I mean, Quick can at this point even solo kill the Lesh, so.
I like what they're doing though for complexity. They finally have the Blink Dagger up for Limp. I say finally, it's only 11 minutes in, and they're gonna blink, overextend. Bulba is gonna get lassoed, and he will die here. But how much will they get in return, if anything? Koifa has double damage rune. Fire Blast onto 1. Now the Haunt coming in as well. Pycat's going to try to fight. He's low. He's got to Shadow Dance away. And now Koifa stays alive. He's got the urn on him. He might die as well. Sing Sing will get a kill on the back end. Now Pycat's getting chased around. And Moonmeander does pick up that kill on Koifa. Pycat, he should stay alive. He's going to Shadow Dance up with his passive. And he'll just try to TP out and he'll make it away. Flame Break, maybe not. And Pycat's like, I'm in some trouble, actually. He does have 2 stick charges. He can pounce away, maybe bless you, and he should be okay for the most part. Blink Dagger now done for Sing Sing. So they lost Koifa there, yes, but not too bad, I suppose.
I was gonna say, good thing Bulba actually picked up his Tranquil Boots right before he got ganked. He actually had them on the ground. So good thing he picked those back up, or he actually would. He'd be so poor. He'd only have a Sobi mask.
That's not where you want to be.
No.
Well. Backs out. He's sitting at level 7, so he does have the multicast now. EGM, like you talked about, this interesting wave build, it does give them so much right-click because the armor reduction, 6 armor reduction early on in the game is disturbing.
Plus the 6 from Medallion, so he actually has 12 armor reduction.
I like the fact that they went for this. They're going to try to find a telekinesis. He just stayed there for whatever reason. Split Earth is going to go. It's actually missing.
No.
Now the Magic Missile goes in. EGM's getting low. The Pulse Nova will pick up the kill, and they're lucky that they didn't lose it here off the back end. That Z-Freak goes all the way to Zap, but it doesn't do nearly enough damage. Had the Ball Lightning hit Koifa, maybe, but there's the Flame Break. Koifa's out of mana now. Ball Lightning further. He's run into Bulba. There's the last one going in. Now the Edict as well. Looks like Bulba should fall. Lucio coming in, maybe a Dream Coil. Yes, it will. Waning Rift now into Z-Freak, and Sing Sing's actually getting low as well. The Firefly doing so much work. The Pulse Nova, they get 3 kills. And complexity, they're back into it. They don't even have Moon there. Had he haunted, he might have gotten some gold from that, but no. No.
They do get the kill on the Bloody 9, so get that nice return kill for them. And really nice for complexity, picking up 3 kills in exchange for only the Ancient Apparition. Not really a big loss. And he's playing the 5 position, so probably not going to see the Aghanims anytime soon.
This game has a feeling like maybe it could go later than perhaps the last game did. Although, Pycat is still farming like crazy. He's got his Blink Dagger now at 13 minutes, so he has been a bit too aggressive, I'd say, from Pycat, but Bulba actually solos the tower down bottom. He'll get the gold from it. And that's the first tier 1 of the game dead, surprisingly enough, at 13.5, 14 minutes or so.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
And
Koikva's getting close.
well, they have a Blink Dagger on Sing Sing, actually, so that's a big pickup for them.
Yeah. And that's actually huge. We saw it in the last fight. He also has a Midas, too, surprisingly enough. Wait, no, that's not him. That was, who had the Midas? Was it Pycat? It must have been.
Yep.
Yeah. I clicked on the wrong hero. Pycat, they've got vision of him. He knows there's a ward here because of the Shadow Dance passive, so they might counter that at some point in time. Ball letting away from Koikva, and he's getting close to his Orchid. I mean, once he hits that Orchid, then they start going crazy, I think, and getting kills left and right. Moonmander now sitting with an Urn, a Poor Man's Shield, and a Bracer. He's tough to bring down, but not impossible. Bottom lane, Z-Freak was getting close to Pycat. He'll back away, as Pycat could have killed him instantly. Do they go on Moon top lane? I think they do. They're going to TP in. And actually, this might be a failed gank, because the creep wave is now under the tower. They actually stopped the TP rotation. I think that was from EGM. Instead, they're going to try to go for a gank. Limp has his lasso, and Koikva's the only one that they can clearly see. And there's no observer wards for the Radiant squad in the jungle. A game of chess.
In the bottom lane, it does look like Pycat went on to Z-Freak, but Z-Freak still with that bot laning, able to quickly escape from the pounce. Good thing he had that ability.
Without that, he's dead. Plain
I
and
don't
simple.
think, even if you steal pounce, I don't think you can pounce out of pounce.
No, I don't think so. It works probably the same as, I'd say, Mirana Leap does.
And Mirana Leap, yep.
Limp Swindle now smoked up. They'll try to find a kill. Everyone's conglomerated around the mid lane for Team Tinker, so if they get caught out, they could jump on the heroes that are in the vicinity. Well, maybe not. Haunt's going to go through Sing Sing into trouble. Ice Blast, Split Earth. Assassination complete. Multicast coming in. Swindle now. The Electric Vortex is going to go on one. The pounce onto other. Pycat's going to get one of those kills. Limp might be falling here, getting low. The Multicast yet again. The Ignite. Dreamcoil onto a couple of heroes. Limp getting low. They'll take him down. Puck bot back. He's still in the fray. Z-Freak ball lightning's in. They take down EGM. They bought back on Swindle as well. What a fight. We're not done yet. Koikva wants to go back in. He's not sure. Now they're going to catch Swindle with the multicast coming in. Z-Freak, Illusion Arm gets blown up. Koikva with a double kill. Pycat, Blink Pounce. Triple kill for Koikva. Swindle is getting low. They might pick a Pycat. They will. Triple kill for Moonmander. He might get the Ultra. No, it's going to be the Pulse Nova that grabs another. Buybacks everywhere. And we're not done yet. Pycat comes back in and pounces on a Swindle. He'll kill me yet again. Moon stays alive. Illusion Orb not doing anything there. Z-Freak trying to run away. Pycat, Dark Pack didn't use it. Blink and pounce. It's going to go. Dark Pack first. Z-Freak in trouble. He'll fall. And when it's all said and done, we're not actually done yet. Limp has no lasso. Flame Break gonna miss. And now we're done. Let's look at this. Buyback from Pycat and a death. Z-Freak bought back.
This
is not showing
everything.
Yeah, this
There's
is not
a
everything.
Puck buyback and a
Swindle buyback. And a Moon buyback? Did Moon? No, Moon didn't buy back.
No, he didn't.
Anybody else buy back that I missed? Let's see.
Nope. There's 4 buybacks.
You are
Wait,
correct,
5.
sir.
5 buybacks.
Who did we miss?
Puck. No, 4. Puck.
You're right. You're right. Z-Freak. 4.
Puck,
Yes.
Z-Freak.
Z-Freak.
Swindle.
Swindle. Pycat. And Sing
Pycat.
Sing.
Dire's middle
Sing
tower
Sing,
We
yeah.
got it. We figured it out, everybody.
What a chaotic team fight.
Yeah, that's one way to put it. I don't know what the hell happened.
I mean, we can look at the gold graph, I guess. It did go in Team Tinker's way.
favor, yeah.
Yep.
Those last couple of kills made it a bit more even. Although, Moonmander getting that old triple kill helped him get up to 3,000 gold, so his relic's not too far off. Koikva is out of mana. He's going to get last. He walked up to the high ground. He wasn't expecting anything. He's like, hey, what's going on? Oh, I'm actually dead. So Limp gets a kill there, and Koikva going down. That's a pretty big kill. He's dead for 35. So, strange game. 17 to 14 at 17 minutes in, huh?
Radiant's bottom tower.
Well
A
then.
lot of action, and compLexity are definitely in a better spot this game than they were in the previous game. They have,
Dire's
at least this time when they have this Spectre hero, it's a fighting carry instead of Medusa, which is more of a passive carry. I mean, Medusa can fight, but not nearly as well as Spectre.
Radiant's
At least in the early game.
is under attack.
Tier 1 tower getting defended. Top lane might not be so lucky as Ogre does get another tower to his name. Glyph goes, they'll deny the mid tower, it looks like, with Moon or somebody doing the job. And
Boba keeps getting these tower
Dire's
kills.
middle tower has been
Pycat does finish his point booster, so he's probably going to be looking towards this Scotty. I say probably, but there's really no other item.
no, you're right. Koikfu actually also has his Orchid. I'm not sure if he had that in the last fight,
He
but now
did.
he does have it.
I think he just picked it up, but he did have it when he died bottom.
And they're gonna look for a kill on
They
Limp,
do
maybe.
know where Limp is. Maybe the Storm will
Ball lightning. Oh, wow. Orchid, long range. Pounce goes as well. Immediate assassination. Ice Blast is going to go, and it only hits on the EG. Actually hit it on the Koifa as well, but... Haunt, they're going to try to fight this. Moonmaker gets the kill on EGM. Just from the Haunt alone. And he's going to try to fight on Sing. Spectral Dagger's going to go, and Sing will make it out, so... I like the fact that Moon is just being aggressive with these Haunts. Relk is pretty much done here. He's going to walk up to the high ground, and he'll get it.
And we haven't talked about this, but he's 6-0-3 on the Spectre, so doing a really good job, you know, being active in these fights, but also not dying.
He's not really getting CS, though. 63 CS, I mean, it's not bad.
I mean, if you look at the state of the game, no one really has tremendous CS. I mean,
That's true.
Pycat the highest with 110.
And a lot of that came from, like, the 50 that he got in lane, so...
Yeah.
Or
I mean,
more
he was
so
at
than that.
50 at, what, 7 minutes?
Yeah.
Dire's middle tower is
Not
under
been a
attack.
farming game. Completely agree. Atos is now done for Swindlemelon, so not off to the fast start we saw last time he was playing this last rack, but still, I think that he's okay with this at this point. He's been involved 4, 6, and 7, so it's not like he's been out of the, you know, out of the kills. Pycat getting spotted out by Bloody 9. The Spectre does have her Sacred Relic now coming out, so Moonmander is getting up towards that Radiance, and this is not going to be a bad Radiance time, and considering what he went for first with Phase, Urn, Bracer, if he doesn't die at least. I say that, he gets Dream Coiled. He Spectrals right as the silence goes, but now the Dream Coil breaks and Koifa jumps in and actually just secures the kill. And Pycat's like, I could have gotten that, come on. Lasso, Pycat doesn't Dark Pack, and Pycat is not dead yet. He is going to Shadow Dance, and Limp is actually going to fall down. They give 2 free kills away.
Oh no, he didn't have Firefly when he went for that. That's a big mistake. Had he had Firefly, that would have been an easy kill on the Pycat, but without Firefly, there's
no
just
damage.
no kill potential.
Yeah. Tier 2 tower now getting assaulted by Team Tinker. Pycat should be the one to secure this. He also has enough money for his ultimate armor. They're going to glyph this quickly,
Dire's
and they want to put more pressure on bottom and top respectively.
Can
But
you believe that you used to be able to auto attack
has fallen.
while you flaming lassoed?
Radiant's top tower is
that's
under
actually
attack.
ridiculous.
What a hero that was.
I mean, you could do a lot of things with that hero. Like, you could blink and lasso is in huge range. Zefreak's going to telekinesis, and he might live. He still pounds ball lighting in, though. Pull onto Bloody 9. They can't get it. Koifa was out of mana, even if he did ball lighting towards him.
I mean, Bat's been nerfed significantly many times.
And he's still in the
very
game.
Relevant hero.
Winning Rift from Sing Sing. Dream Coil should be available. Actually, it's not. Fire Blast going. Swindle might get this tower regardless. No, he's not going to.
Radiant's
And Bulba
It's denied
denies.
as well.
denied.
That's probably the worst thing that could happen for him there. It was a good try. He was sitting in that top lane for a long time trying to take that tower.
So if we look at the current state of the game, it's 7,500 gold lead for Team Tinker, as well as a 10,000 experience advantage. So having another strong performance in this game.
Onto Koifa. They've lassoed him down to the bottom lane, and they will pick him up this time. That was the Firefly. And Pycat's coming in. He's alone. Telekinesis, he does have Shadow Dance, mind you. It's getting kind of low. There's the Shadow Dance. Pounds actually went. Pycat's leashed up. And now Dark Pack's going to go. He's getting body blocked as well. He will pounce away, and he'll stay alive. Flame Break Swap comes in. It does do damage to him. He'll pick up the deity. He's getting so low to the urn, and he might live. We'll see. He will fall to the urn charge of Moonmander. Moon picks up a double damage. They're going to go straight towards the Roche
He has
Pit
his
for whatever
Radiance as
reason.
well.
As Radiance is now done with 3 heroes killed. That is a 2,000, 3,000, 3.2k gold swing going in favor of compLexity. And a 5,000 experience change. My god.
Topsy-turvy.
What a manly game this is.
Middle tower is under attack.
It's all over the damn place.
And Sing Sing is working towards that Yule Scepter, nearly has that completed, about 500 gold. And this Radiance is a really big deal. I think the supports on the side of Team Tinker, especially this Ven, are going to have a hard time dealing
Well,
with
Moon does get obliterated by a multicast, and he will die. And big Dream Coil coming in as well. Pounce goes in. Zefreak makes sure Koifa stays in place. He does get the kill onto Bloody 9. Now he's turning his attention to Zefreak. That Remnant overcharge damage is going to work, but does not kill Zefreak as he does stick up. Atos down to EGM. He'll fall. Split Earth. 4 are dead. And they're going to lasso Koifa as well. Swindle and Limp and everyone from the side of compLexity putting in so much damn damage. They get a double kill for Swindlemelons. They lose Moon at the beginning of the fight, and they still kill every single hero in the game. Although I believe Pycat was still dead from the previous engagement, so it was actually just
He
4
was.
heroes.
Was Pycat... Okay, Pycat Pycat had bought back in the previous fight, so he was dead for a really long time.
Yes.
He must have been dead for like 90 seconds or something. Oh, he might find Swindle Melons here.
Swindle is not going to go towards him. Actually,
He
there is this
just
observer
pulling
ward.
towards the bottom lane.
There's an observer ward here, but that's actually the Swindle's observer ward, so that doesn't really do anything.
I mean, we nearly have an even game now, and I would say this game, complexity, have the better late game.
Oh, absolutely. The Spectre, nobody really compares to a 40-minute Spectre when she has almost, say, 6 slots. Well, very few, I should say. Not nobody, but very few.
Yep.
And now there's a Veil. Can you imagine Veil plus Radiance damage? Not to mention Pulse Nova and everything else they have on top of that. It's kind of scary to think about.
Not something people consider very much, but it does do 50 burn damage, so very significant magic damage coming out of the
And
Radiance.
how much is that amplified by? What is the Veil do?
25%.
I'm not willing to do the math here, but Koifoot does Ball Lightning, and he's looking for Limp. There's the Orchid coming through. Ball Lightning is stolen. There's the Pounce. Now the Haunt coming in. Pyket's getting a little Split Earth. He's already Shadow Danced. It's going to be over in a second, and they're going to catch him out of position. Atos goes. Moonmander gets a double kill, and they're looking for Sing Sing. Luckily, he has Blink in a couple of seconds. It's actually going to go on cooldown. Now he's going to get Yules up in the air. Split Earth misses. He's going to jaunt away, it looks like. Now, look at the Z-Freak going with the huge Ball Lightning. Z-Freak is making some damn big plays with these spell steals, and he gets a Blink Dagger at 25 minutes. Complexity are on their track back to ending this game and them being the ones on the winning side. This is ridiculous.
Yeah, complexity playing very well in the last 5 or 10 minutes. I would say there's been a couple mistakes from Team Tinker, but I can't take anything away from complexity and how they played the last couple of minutes. Moon Meander playing really well on the Spectre, almost never falling in these fights. Playing around his stagger really well, able to maneuver around and not fall to. I mean, Team Tinker have a lot of damage.
Yeah. It's something that Nahaz and I have talked a lot about, but Moon isn't exactly your late game kind of farming carry. He likes to be involved early on, and that's exactly what's happened in this game. I don't think I've ever seen a game where he goes over like 700 GPM, and if he does, it's probably not through farming. He's not got the highest GPM in the world, but he is involved enough that he's keeping his team in this game. Although this is going to get a little bit harder as Pycat now has his Scotty, so this game does become a bit more difficult. I do have to say, they've shut down Pycat when he is Shadow Dance very well, whether through like a leash coming up from a Pounce that was stolen by Rubik, whether through, let's say, Ice Blast, making sure he doesn't heal up, whether through a Split Earth. In fact, they're going to find out Pycat again, but he Dark Packs it off. Ball Lightning, Telekinesis, but there's no real follow-up here. They kind of just throw him back, and Pycat actually wants to fight. Meanwhile, speaking of fighting, Swindle's caught out here. Orchid, Electric Vortex, Illusory Orb, and Sing Sing gets the kill. And Pycat, he pounced on Limp. Limp will just TP away, so no kill there, but Team Tinker is still not out of this game by any stretch of the imagination, even if Moon is farmed. Like, Team Tinker could still easily take this with a couple of good team fights.
And I think Slurk is actually one of those heroes that can actually fight Spectre. Maybe not into the super late game, but you can definitely fight up against Spectre in the late game.
That Ice Blast doesn't feel good. Oh, they're taking Roche so fast, though, with Wave of Terror. Now, Moon's going to come in. He gets one kill. Ball Lightning from Z-Freak. They did not know. They snatched the Aegis. That means that, of course, Quickfoot did get it, but they did get the Roshan kill for Complexity. And Spectre gets another kill on the back end. They're looking for Quickfoot. He's going to Ball Lightning out of the well. Bloody Nine is on the back end of this, and Bloody Nine hits him from a Pycat blinks forward as well. Pounce onto one. It's going to be onto Moon Meander. Spectral Dagger going Pycat. Telekinesis now by Z-Freak. Z-Freak is putting on a clinic. Moon Meander triple kill. Quickfoot might not even get out. There is Flame Break up. Lasso is still on cooldown for about 5 seconds. Split Earth going to go not there. The Lightning Storm as well. Wouldn't have done anything, but wow, that was a really solid fight from Complexity. They take Roshan. The Aegis goes to Tinker. They waste it immediately. And Moon again involved in a triple kill.
Yeah, and I mean a huge AA ult hitting all 5 members of Team Tinker, and then the Spectre Hunt, and they actually just couldn't do anything after that point.
Oh my god, Complexity are playing this so solidly. Z-Freak has been my MVP this game, I think, by far. I'm not sure if you agree, but Z-Freak has been putting in some goddamn work on this Rubik. Like, it's been really impressive to watch how good this guy can play.
Yeah, his performance on the Rubik has been really good this game.
No.
And I mean, Pycat's really struggling in these fights to go in and then get out. Every time he commits to these fights, he's always dying, and that hurts him. Every time he dies, his item progression just keeps getting stalled. I mean, he was farming so fast early game, and we talked about it, but I mean, if we look at the net worth, Spectre has eclipsed him.
Yeah, he's at the highest net worth now after his Manta's actually done if he buys his recipe now, so that's frightening. And then maybe a heart comes out for Moonmander, and then after that, you've got a couple of choices. Ball lightning down bottom. They're looking up. Telekinesis to creep. Sing Sing actually was able to blink away in time, and I think compLexity are maybe in some trouble here. Pycat's chasing Swindle down. There's the Pulse Silver going to Edict as well. Dreamcoil going in onto Swindle Melons. He's going to get silenced up. He just fought back too. Orchid onto Sea Freak, and so Haunt's going to go. They're going to get maybe a kill here off this. Koikfa's got no mana left, and Pycat's getting chased down. Z-Freak jumps back in. He ball lightnings. He's all over the damn place. He's going to telekinesis Pycat as well. That's 2 kills. Your 2 big cores gone for Team Tinker, excuse me, as compLexity are running over them. They're running train now on Team Tinker. EGM might get caught out. Bloody Riser sees him clearly. There's the Ice Vortex. Cold Feet might go. He does have Magic Missile. He's going to try to TP out. Flame Break, that is not going to happen, EGM, my friend. You're done. Double kill for Moonmeander. Whew, baby.
Yeah, Team Tinker need to stop committing onto this Leshrac, because every time they commit on the Leshrac, he just uses Diabolical Edict, Pulse Nova, and then the Haunt comes in and they just get absolutely destroyed.
Tower is under attack.
It's just too much damage to go up against, especially when Moon comes in on the backside.
I mean, maybe they need a pipe or something,
God.
but it's too much magical damage right now.
Moon's stuck,
Moon
by the
is
way.
stuck, and he actually doesn't have mana. Okay, he's gonna.
They're gonna force him out, yeah. Back to the tier 2 tower. Mantis Style is going to go, and it's going to get glyphed, but I almost feel like this is the beginning of the end if you're Team Tinker. Moon is going to get fire blasted. He's going to have to be careful. Yules is going to keep him up in the air, and they want to get this tower, and the Illusion is the only one there, and they're going to just try to kill Moon. Moon actually is probably dead, I think. Ball Lightning, oh, he's definitely dead. That's a big kill. Wicked 6 streak going for Koikfa, 680 gold.
The tower isn't going to get denied, but at least they get the kill on Moon. So.
But look how much gold they got with just that kill, 1,200.
1,200.
And 800 of that goes to Koikfa, which is quite a bit.
Able to finish up his Lincoln Sphere,
yeah.
so that is quite an important item pickup. Now the Bat Rider's going to have to use the Force Staff before he's able to lasso, and then after he lassos, he's no longer going to have the Force Staff available. It's also a bit tricky to do.
If Z-Freak just keeps Ball Lightning, I think he'll be fine this game. It's actually ridiculous. Because I think
he's about to lose it.
Yeah, maybe he steal Pounce instead, but there's plenty of opportunities to steal Ball Lightning, though. That's the thing. It's very hard to cast another spell after Ball Lightning if you're Koikfa. It's like an easy spell to steal, I think. But Ogre is working towards his Aghanim Scepter. Ogre Club and Point Booster have been picked up. And I feel like as long as compLexity just don't, play too aggressively and get caught out again like they did with Moon, they could just keep farming him up and get another item. And then at that point, if he gets a heart, I don't know if they can kill him. They probably can, but a heart's going to do a lot to help him out. He'll probably go heart next, I imagine, right?
Yeah, I imagine so. I think just getting tanky at this point is the way to go. I mean, I could possibly see him maybe going for like a Diffusal, but I think heart's just the way to go.
Koikfa Ball Lightnings. So I thought Koikfa was going to take over this game, but
yeah, he just died a few times, and it really prevented him from just taking over the game.
I think compLexity have been playing against him very well, making sure they steal Ball Lightning at every opportunity, making sure they come to the aid of any hero that's getting picked off. It's not necessarily a 5-man kind of Dota from compLexity, but it's very reactive and fast reacting. So
yeah, there's been a lot of good rotations to save allies that are being initiated on by the Storm Spirit. Does look like Sing Sing is going to work towards a Hex, so that's a very important item when playing against the Spectre, if you're able to kill him during the Hex. And
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Edict on the tower, and they're going to take it down. It looks like Glyph is not available this time around, and Koikfa might try to deny it. Lincoln Sphere was broken. Split Earth misses. Fire Blast and a Swindle. He's getting kind of aggressive here. They do have Haunt, so Team Tinker have to be careful. I think EGM's actually just said, yeah, they're going to leave EGM to his own devices and just say, goodbye, friend. Swindle gets the kill. All the way. Pycat is at the tier 2 tower bottom, so they're going to try to force a TP rotation. Pycat might get hit up with an Ice Blast.
Pycat finally working towards a BKB, so at least he'll be able to mitigate all that magical damage that just keeps destroying him in teamfights. It's just the
is going to go.
magical damage.
Shadow Dance is going to go for Pycat. Stomp does hit into Pycat now. There's the Haunt in. They want to take him down. He's getting low as well. The Radiance is more than enough, plus the right click of Moonmeander. They had vision with the Spectral Dagger. Nice play. Pycat a bit too aggressive there. Wow.
think he could have actually... Can you Dark Pack Atos or no?
I don't know. That's a good question. I need a list of things that Dark Pack works on. It's because it's not like match community or anything.
List. It's like... If you look on the wiki, if under purges or something. Or dispels. Dispels. There you go.
Gotcha. So it's everything that's dispellable, essentially.
It's like there's different types of dispels.
True.
Like strong dispel and then weak dispel or something.
This is such a goddamn involved game, man. I will never understand all of the mechanics as long as I live. And
There's actually so many mechanics, it's a bit silly.
I guess that's what people talk about when they say burden of knowledge. Koikfa's going to go work on the tier 2 tower. It's going to get glyphed up, but... Limp is looking for a lasso, and he's going to find it. He didn't have to use his Force Staff. The TP coming in now. And Spell Stolen may come out. It's going to be the Ball Lightning, and Koikfa is going to Ball Lightning up to the high ground, and he's going to try to TP away. He actually makes it out. He has enough mana. The Spectral Dagger does not connect to get the kill. Oof. Z-Freak, if only he had a bigger mana pool. That's a kill.
Barely able to survive. And
he's lucky at that. Well, 35 minutes in, this game might have been the only game that we've seen today that hasn't been super one-sided or... Actually, I can't remember if Virtus Pro versus Alliance. Yeah, no, that was pretty one-sided too, I should say. Both of those games. So, this game's pretty close.
I mean, the second game of that series was sort of close for a little bit. And then it just broke wide open.
and then G was playing Nagasar.
Yeah.
And then that happened. So, 4,000 gold in the bank for Swindle Melons. He's actually saving up. Sing has been kind of a non-factor, I'd say, in the past couple of minutes. Z-Freak is going to get Dream Coiled. He's going to Ball Lightning. Ball Lightning again. Orchid is going to go Ball Lightning a third time. And he's going to get Koikfa. He get caught out here. As Moon jumps in with the Haunt. He Fire Blast the wrong one. He Fire Blasted an Illusion. Ice Blast connects on Sing Sing, but I don't think they get a kill. BKB for Limp. He can't find a target. He still has Lasso. He's got Blink Up in a second or so. They're looking for somebody. Oh, he's trying to get the Lasso off. Did he use it there, or was that the Force Staff? Okay, good. Now he's looking for Pycat. Pycat's going to pounce away. Look at the retreat coming here from Team Tinker. They'll stay alive. So Z-Freak dies for nothing here. Although Roche is available. If they want to go into the pit, they certainly could.
So all of Team Tinker are living through that. They were able to pick up the Rubik, so it's unfortunate that they all had to run away, but at least they were able to survive through that. And Storm picks up his BKB, so I think maybe once they get the 2 BKBs on their important core heroes, they might be able to take the next team fight, as
look at this.
Swindle will pretty much be a complete non-factor. It does look like he is going towards a Hex.
Moon knows that they're all here. He's sitting on the high ground now.
Lasso's
going to go on to Pycat. He tried to pounce away, couldn't get there in time. The Yule Scepter, do they have enough damage? Ice Blast is going to sail in, and he will not heal up through the Shadow Dance now. Winning Rift going in as well. And Sing Sing's working on Bulba, rather Moon's working on Bulba on the backside. He's close to getting the kill, and he will find it. Now EGM getting chased down by Swindle Melon. Ball Lightning onto Moon Manor. He's low. And Moon might get another kill. Split Earth going in, but Koikfa avoids it. BKB, Moon's dead. He's dead for 86 with no Haunt coming in. Sing Sing, now they're starting to do work here. They get Blood and 9 on that Ancient Apparition. Swindle, he misses his Split Earth completely. The Phase Shift did go beforehand. He pops up his Edict. Z-Freak forces him down to the low ground. Limp has to get away. Now there's the Yule Scepter up. The Elusive Orb is going to fly. Swindle should fall. Pounce and the Vortex coming in. Pycat gets the kill. 3 for 2 exchange. Now they're going to get Limp as well. He's going to try to TP. Koikfa actually had no vision on that high ground, and now Koikfa is stuck for a moment while he cannot Bottle Lightning away, and he's going to go to the low ground in just a moment, and he does do so. All the while, top is getting pushed in, but...
That's a really good fight coming up from Team Tinker in that engagement. They were able to, kill the Spectre, which is the most high priority target. There was no Haunt available in that team fight, I believe, so
yes,
that most likely explains why it was so good for Team Tinker. And they weren't actually able to burst down Pycat as well during the Ancient Apparition ult, so he was able to escape and then heal back and come back into the fight.
Now it becomes difficult now. I mean, he has an Ogre Club and a Scotty, not to mention he's going to have his BKB pretty soon. And once he has that, he's not really killable as easily, but it's still doable. The BKB for Koikfa really helped out as well at the end of that engagement, but by that time, Moon was already dead.
Bulba actually just picked up his Aghanims, so
he did,
that's a very important pickup.
Yeah. Let's go home and get some mana, but for the most part now, Bulba is going to start getting really involved here.
And that is one way to deal with Spectre, because Spectre is not a hero that's ever going to buy a BKB. I mean, I'm sure there are games where you buy BKB, but...
Probably not this game.
I mean, he might have to go BKB to be perfectly honest. If like once Bulba hits level 16, if he gets like a 4x into 3x multicast, I mean Spectre can just die to, you know, +1 hero hitting him.
You're gonna have to pray to the RNG gods if you are Moon Meander this game. Please, Ice Frog. Do not burden me with your skill shots.
See, and the BKB now completed onto Slark. They get the 2 BKBs, they get the Aghanim Scepter on Ogre, so the item progression is definitely there for Team Tinker. And if we look at the gold graph, pretty even. It's a completely even game in terms of gold and experience.
It was looking good for compLexity for a long period of time. Now it's looking pretty good for Team Tinker as well. If they can catch them out of position, if they can catch them with their pants down at Roche.
Is very important for compLexity. They need to make sure that it doesn't get stolen.
It's very low, but not low enough yet. Now the Haunt's going to go through. Pycat has jumped in. Meanwhile, the last one's going to go on to Pycat. The ball lightning. This Roche could be huge. Bloody Knight's falling low. And there's the Aegis and the Roche going to both Team Tinker. Moon Meander's getting low. He is about to fall and will. Buyback not available. Quake on the high ground. Z-Freak getting caught out. Ball lightning. compLexity. It was looking so good. Now it's looking oh so bad. Double kill for Quake. 4 dead. It might be a 5th. Limp. He will TP away. It looks like he's going to make it out just in time. But still, 4 heroes dead. Not a single buyback between one of them. And compLexity are going to lose probably a set of racks here.
And the Aegis going to the Storm, so not even able to get the Aegis. Who got the Roche kill? Oh, no,
Team Tinker did.
That's pretty insignificant to be perfectly honest. That ball lightning just did so much damage to all of them in that AoE. Of the Roche
Yeah, that was real bad for compLexity. They thought they could take Roche. They couldn't take it fast enough, and in the end, they lose a set of racks because of it. Maybe 2. Probably 2? Yeah, probably 2.
Yeah, they're going to lose 2 sets of racks. And
Dire's middle barracks has fallen.
that certainly
man.
escalated quickly.
It really did. I think that's the only thing you could say about that fight. compLexity tried their damnedest, but Team Tinker looked to be the ones to try to take this game. Although there is still the tier 2 bottom, which means they will not get megas even if they had killed a couple more heroes. They'd have to work on that tier 2 bottom. They could go for tier 4s at some point. They're actually backing away. They don't want to get this racks. Moon's up at 16.
It's a little dangerous. I can understand their hesitation. Like, they don't want to get lassoed and then have a fight break out and then they're kind of low, not having full mana. Better to just back off after getting that tier 3.
I think maybe with Aegis, I don't know if you wait too much longer because you don't want Moon to get too big. And he didn't have his heart there. Had he gotten his heart and they went for Roche after that, maybe he stays alive, but that was a rough team fight for compLexity. And I don't know if it was game losing yet, but it's getting close to that point. So Moon's going to work on getting towards his Heart of Trask, and only 1 set of racks down. That's the good news, at least.
It's very difficult for Swindle to be effective in these team fights right now because these are fairly new purchase BKBs. You have the 8-second on Storm and the 9-second onto the Slark, so it's very difficult for him to do any sort of damage in these fights at the moment. You know, maybe if this game is able to drag on and these BKBs get to that 5-second mark, and Swindle maybe picks up, you know, 1 tank item after getting the Hex, maybe he'll be able to do, you know, a lot of damage in these fights, but currently it's going to be... He's going to be almost a non-factor, at least in terms of fighting against these cores.
You might be able to pick off some of these supports or like Sing Sing or just be able to get the kills that he can absolutely secure with his abilities and itemization, but in terms of man fighting one-on-one or core versus core, it's going to be Moon who's doing a lot of the work here.
Pycat up to 5,000 gold. Sing Sing also going for a Lincoln Sphere. Looks like he's just going to be using that onto Pycat. Make sure that Pycat stays nice and healthy and doesn't get lassoed up.
I think Team Tinker really itemized well here in the past couple of minutes. Well, first and foremost, when the axe came out for Bulba, that's a whole new can of whoop-ass being opened up onto compLexity, and Pycat getting the Scotty and BKB, Quickfoot getting the BKB in general. He actually picked up a Bloodstone as well, so I don't think man is an issue anymore. And Moon Meander is not going to buy his heart. He'll probably just save for buyback at this point. I mean, but then that kind of is a double-edged sword, so.
Storm starts to get so scary once he gets all these mana items. He has 2,300 mana, and what's his mana regen like? 43 mana regen per second.
That's pretty good. That's pretty solid.
And we might see him, he'll probably go for a Hex next. Though once he gets that next mana item, if he's able to get, you know, even a couple charges onto this Bloodstone.
Swindle's doing a good job split pushing right now, but I mean they might get a 2-3 tower, but yeah, they're gonna go top. I mean, there's no glyph here, and I think these Rexes are gonna die. They have to try to defend now. At least the melee Rex should be dead here. Ice Blast is gonna come in.
For free?
I think they are. They're going to get the melee Rex for sure for free. Limp is going to BKB. He's still Dream Coiled, by the way. Now he's not. He escapes the Dream Coil. They will pick up 1 kill on EGM. Pycat's going to go ahead and Shadow Dance, and Bloody Nine might get brought down here. Moon's still trying to fight Split Earth. Pycat had the BKB on in the meantime, and all the way back to the well. Quakefa gets the kill with his usage of the Ball of Lightning. Electric Vortex on his Swiddle. He's getting low. Quakefa's BKB is about to be done, and it will, but that's just the Aegis. Limp now getting caught out. Pycat is still going to work and terrorizing the rest of the compLexity squad. And the top Rax is still not taking it. They're pushing them back into the well in compLexity. This is going to be the bell. It's tolling right now for them, and they're going to grab another kill. Ultra kill for Quakefa, and they're going to take down that top set of Rax. Buyback in from everybody from compLexity with the exception of Swindle, and they get pushed back. compLexity now, they're on the hunt, but I don't know if they're going to be able to find anybody. The Shadows, Spectral Dagger is not going to do much there. Magic Missile on the Moon Meander. He's trying to fight. He does have his Heart of Trask, by the way. Sing Sing, they're looking for him. Spell was stolen. That's the telekinesis now. Sing Sing in trouble. He will die, but Quakefa's going to pick it. Are you kidding? Wow. Wow. Swap. Whoa, EGM. That actually was not very good. I think you just killed yourself, buddy, but I don't think he minds. Either way, it doesn't matter. Top set of Racks down. They got so many kills that they forced out so many buybacks, in fact.
Even if compLexity had won that fight, they just gave up a Rax for nothing. You know, they were trying to call the bluff, you know, of Tinker, you know, we'll push top while you guys push mid, but I mean, Tinker just walk into the base and start hitting the Raxes, and it took compLexity way too long to respond.
Pycat stayed alive during that entire engagement, just going to work on compLexity.
His butterfly's actually on the courier. So he had 6,000 gold in that fight on the courier.
And then it just disappeared. Into the void it goes. The poor courier dissolving. Limp has Blink Lasso ready to go. He's looking for somebody. I'm not sure who, but he's not going to find anybody. He doesn't want to go for it. Instead, he looks for the 46-minute rune. And well, this game is it's ticking away now if you're compLexity and if you're Moonbander. Zefreak is getting obliterated by Pycat. I saw his health dropping wildly and didn't see Pycat jumped on top of him. Ball Lightning all the way up to the top lane. Swindle Melons is going to get caught up by Quakefa, and looks like Tinker. Well, at least they do hex him up, although Swindle's Orchid, or rather the Orchid on Swindle. Oh, no. He lassoed a creep, by the way. Yeah. And Quakefa will survive because of that. How unfortunate.
Look how far he just balls out from that fight. He balls all the way to the mid-rune spot.
I mean, he was... Where was he when he balled in? Was he here? Yeah, top rune. So he just goes all the way here and then zips up.
And then he just zips all the way back down.
So, yeah, he's got 13 Bloodstone charges. He's got a Mystic Staff. He's got an Orchid. He's got a Linked Sphere. compLexity are going to have to do... I don't know, something miraculous here to defend this tier 3 towers, looking to make a metaphor or something, an analogy. But at this point, I mean, it's pretty damn hard, if not impossible.
Yep.
Diffusal Blade is done. I mean, you've got right click for Spectre. Moon Meander is farmed, but is he farmed enough? I don't think so.
I mean, there's no haunt now either. This is going to be 65 seconds. Difficult. Yeah. Unfortunately, he tried to use the haunt to save the Leshrac. It might have actually worked had they gotten the lasso off, but unfortunately for them, not even forcing a buyback from the Storm, or even, he didn't even have buyback, so...
All really Tinker needed to do is just push out the waves and mid and top and continue to split push bottom, and you can see what Quick was doing. He's doing just that. Throw up a Remnant real quick and then head back to that bottom lane, so... This is a difficult defense for compLexity now. Difficult is an understatement, by the way. So, Shiva's guard now done, because why not for the Storm Spirit? He actually didn't go for the X, he went for the Shivas.
Oh, went for Shivas, okay.
Which is a fine choice. Yeah. They're going to look for this high ground now, the tier 3 tower. This could be a fight that...
a bit better, actually, just because it gives him a lot of armor against the Spectre.
I do want to note that the only person that does have buyback in this game is Pycat, currently. So, it's not necessarily... I mean, I guess the waves are pushed in so far that it doesn't matter if compLexity win a fight. I don't think they'll be able to push in and get a set of racks on their own.
Probably not. They don't push buildings fast enough.
Lasso onto EGM. I don't think that's the target you really wanted, but he's dead regardless. They're going to ball lightning in. Manta Style comes out, and Quakefa, he's got to choose a target. He's going to find Zefreak, and Zefreak will be in some trouble. The Haunt going in. Quakefa still has plenty of mana to work with. He's looking for Bloody Nine. He's going to find him. Although Quakefa is going to get hexed up. He's got no buyback. His BKB down. Pycat going to work, however, and Sing Sing and Moon are going toe-to-toe. Pycat trying to fight up. Swindle getting brought so low. Moonmeander is the only one alive. Moon is getting pounced up on. Moon is in trouble. Moon is dead.
So much agility.
GG should be called momentarily. 27 stacks of Essence Shift for Slark. He does 258 plus 94 damage. Ridiculous. His Basher now bought up. Tier 3s, Tier 4s. Pycat is just going to man up and take these Tier 4s down. GG called compLexity. They go down 0-2 in the series. Team Tinker, it wasn't looking good 20 minutes ago, but they don't give a damn.
It's just that roof, but
yeah,
plain and simple. I think actually each team had sort of a bungle at the Roche pit. We had that first one where the 5-man AA ult into Spectre ults, and then they all died, and then we had the Roche sneak attempt by compLexity, but they honestly just